It is the MS36 Sand Leopard, a third-party version of Sandstorm, who happens to be, Anakin Skywalker's least favorite Transformer.
I don't like Sandstorm.
But the Sand Leopard is not alone. We also have the Comic Leopard, the Mirror Leopard, and the White Python? Huh? But I'm going to go through all of these guys, their posability, their 3 modes, and see if there's something you want to get for your collection. Be right back. Now these guys are all the same mold, but we're probably going to start with the classic looking Sandstorm. Though the comic one, I guess, is supposed to more resemble his appearance in the comic books. I don't remember him being that much different in the Marvel, so maybe it's IDW or Dreamwave or, for all I know, Skybound. Now, Mirror Leopard is obviously from the Mirror universe. I have no idea where White Python fits in. Is he cousin? I have no clue, but let's go through this guy now. We'll take a look on the turntable at our Sand Leopard. And as you can see, he's got a great resemblance to G1 Sandstorm. He is smaller. These guys to the top of this, the feet are like 4 3/4 inches, but still the resemblance is uncanny. Not talking X-Men. So looking at this guy, and we're going to turn it slowly so he hopefully doesn't fall over. Oh well, so much for that. Let's straighten out his legs and hope that he doesn't fall over again. So he doesn't have an Autobot symbol. He's a third party that respects at least the copyright on the symbols. You can see he's got a gun, very similar face to the original. Now on the back it's very clever because what they've done is each of the rotor blades, there's 4, attach in when he is in helicopter mode, and this is a way to store them in robot mode. However, they do have a tendency to fall off with the slightest touch, so you'll probably see that quite a bit in this video. But you can see he doesn't have a ton of kibble other than those blades, and of course he's got the wheels visible, and you can see the circle on his back where the blades will plug in eventually. But a great representation of Sandstorm. Why does Anakin hate you so much? Do you get everywhere? Ick. But a cool looking figure. He's got some detailing on the side, looks like gears here. He's got a space where you could put an Autobot symbol if you have a small one. Just overall good colors, black forearms, black hands. He's got this nice detailing right above his head that's got some blue and red in there in a silver frame. No idea what it's supposed to do, but it's there. And yeah, very cool looking version of Sandstorm. All right, so let's go over the posability. Now, he doesn't really have any type of ankle tilts, swivels, anything like that. His toes do turn, that's part of the transformation, so you can kind of fake it a little bit. And his feet, you can kind of adjust where the heel is, right here, so you can kind of make him a little more stable in some positions by doing some maneuvering with the feet, but it's not an actual tilt. And he almost fell. Posability-wise, full Jean-Claude Van Damme, but the wheels on the sides here, unless you pop them up, then you can kind of put him in there, but you have to dislocate his wheels on his legs. And yeah, that's going to happen quite a bit. In fact, I'm going to take these off for now, just so they don't go flying. He can kick forward, but, it's not a high kick, kicking someone in the knee or something. Going backwards, he can actually kick a bit higher, and then you could bend, which means that he does bend at the knee. So it's a nice bend there. He does swivel. There's a joint that's attached to the piece that goes onto the ball joint. So his leg swivels entirely around, which is nice. So bending, lots of movement, side kicks. He's in good shape. Twisting at the waist, well, in this mode, he does have the ability to twist, but this piece that is part of the helicopter assembly gets in the way, so he can twist a little. So it's nice for a little bit more dynamic of a pose, but yeah, he can't quite do it all the way. His arms, he's got these shoulder pad things, and his arms could theoretically go all the way around, except we've got this big wheel that keeps on turning and gets in the way. Now his arms can go out to the side. He's got a nice swivel as well, bends at the elbow. Now it's not quite a 90-degree bend, more like something like 86, 87 degrees. or if it's wider than that, maybe it's like 94. I don't know. He can't quite go fully up, but of course you can move the arm forward if you want to point the gun straight. So, good arm articulation. Now, his head, it can turn. It's a little awkward to turn it, but you can make it turn. And by the way, all of these guys come with alternate heads. I'm not sure where I put Sandstorms, but they do have alternate heads that actually have mouths instead of a Prime-like face mask. I did change that out on White Python because I figured he was different enough, and you do need to use a screwdriver in order to do that. So just keep that in mind. It's not just a pop-in, pop-off type thing. But the head does turn. But again, if you turn it too far, I mean, he doesn't have a ton of peripheral vision. Someone coming over here is going to fuck him up. But good figure overall. And the detailing on the other figures is very, very nice. The Comic Sandstorm goes with a little bit of a, instead of kind of an orange, he's more of a tan with other pieces that are orange as well. Blue wheels, a blue head instead of black. But he is also a very cool figure. Now, to tell the difference between his rotor blades and those of Sand Leopard, there's red stripes on Sand Leopards, and there's blue stripes on Comic Leopards. So even though they are pretty much the same color, and I just knocked you over, sorry dude, you can avoid mixing them up even if you happen to like drop them in a whole big pile of rotor blades, because we do that. So a cool figure, and the same posability, obviously. The Mirror Leopard, it's obviously from the Mirror universe, a nice deep kind of blue, royal blue with purple. Definitely speaks to evil. Well, I like those colors. More the blue than the purple, but still. He is a cool figure, same posability. He's got little like aqua colorations inside his wheel wells in his hubcaps kind of thing. And his rotors are gray with a little kind of aqua blue stripe. Not that you would mix them up anyway. But again, nice deco. The detailing of the aqua on the windows. Overall, a nice figure if you're putting together a evil Autobot collection. Now, White Python, you can see here, I gave him the different face. You can see the difference in the heads. And yeah, it's a pretty cool alternative. I would leave the default head on for Sandstorm and his brethren, but I definitely like the new head on White Python. And his blades are falling off too, so let me just pop those off. I'm not sure, again, what White Python's all about. There might be something in the comic books that I'm not aware of, because like I said, I need to find the time to read through all the IDW stuff. I had read some of the Dreamwave stuff, but I don't remember a lot of it. It's been years. But White Python, a very cool version, again, of this mold. Nice colorations. And I don't know, he looks like he'd be a Transformer that works with those ships of light in the original Battlestar Galactica. That's something totally different. All right, let's check out the vehicle modes. And it does come with instructions. They're kind of not the easiest to follow, in my opinion, but the transformation is actually pretty intuitive to all the molds. So that's something I would not worry too much about. If you're familiar with the original, or just what a dune buggy looks like, or a helicopter for that matter, these are going to be pretty simple transformations. So there's Sand Leopard Sandstorm in his dune buggy mode. Obviously, all the other guys can transform same. Now, you can still, if you want, try to store the rotor blades underneath. And definitely, if you're displaying him in this mode, it's a great way to not lose track of the rotor blades. But if you're, going to bring him into battle, it might be a little difficult when they're all flying around. One of the neat things is to turn around his head. It's easier to slide the chest forward and bring it up and turn it around and put it back down rather than attempting to just push it around while it's inside there. And while the transformations are, as I said, pretty intuitive and clever, there are some delicate pieces, particularly inside the legs, that would probably not fare too well if you tried to give this to a child who is rough with their toys. Definitely more of a adult collector type item. because as you can see, there's a very relatively thin piece of plastic. It's not too thin. It doesn't look totally fragile, but you need that piece of plastic when you're collapsing the legs into into either mode. And being a little too rough with it, you're gonna have problems. So that's the Sand Leopard. There's the Comic Leopard. As you can see, the wheels are a little bit different, the deco's a little different, but same mold. The Mirror, and the Python. Again, don't know why. As you can see here, I took off a bunch of their rotors just because it's a pain in the ass. And I need room, and I don't want any interference with the roll test. Now he's still got the rotors underneath. Let's see, roll test. Pretty good, pretty good. Not quite G1. Pretty close, yeah. Good roll. Another good roll. Yeah, these guys are playable. Now, if you have a child who is used to dealing with delicate things and can handle those leg pieces, it might be really good for them. So, dune buggy mode, but this guy's a triple changer. So, we have another mode to check out, but that would be nice on a showroom floor. I'll take the evil one. Now, they do have tabs that you pop things into, and you have a choice. You can have the, told you they're gonna fall. You can have the tail fin up or down as he is in his dune buggy mode. Sandstorm and Broadside have not been nearly as reissued and, you know, new toys been made of them as, sorry, Springer, but, or even most of the Decepticon triple changers. Even Octane has probably more versions. So this is a cool version, and the sizing makes it appropriate for dealing with combiners and titans and stuff like that. But all right, time for helicopter mode, which is pretty easy to put them into. One thing that is neat is when you slide that down, you can take the head and bend it back and hide it so it is out of the way. It also has a very small piece here that you need to open during this transformation, and if you don't, you might, and you try to force it, it might break. So don't do that. And then you just put in the rotors like so. So you have helicopter mode. So he's a very cool looking helicopter. Not a lot of kibble from his other mode. There's wheels in the back here, but can't really tell, you know, what it's for. It could be, you know, its own wheels. They could lower somehow. I don't know. But a cool looking helicopter, and they're all cool looking helicopters in their own way. There is the comic version, the evil mirror version, and Python, who I think is a very cool, probably my favorite helicopter out of the bunch. And the only one who has any writing on him. He actually has Python on the side. So again, I'm not sure what that refers to. If you know, please let me know. They're all cool helicopters, and a great homage, great way to celebrate the original Sandstorm. Woohoo! And the helicopters, they're like 4 inches long, probably about the same for the dune buggies. And when they're in this mode, you don't have to worry about falling helicopter blades, just clashing ones when they're this close. Now, I don't really see a place to put the gun in vehicle mode, so that's kind of a minus, but still, you know, in the G1 days, we just had to put the guns aside. And they are color coordinated, except for Mirror and Sand Leopard. They're both black, but they're both black, so it doesn't really matter. The other's white and blue, so it's good. But yeah, I like these guys. They're very cool versions of Sandstorm. I'm happy to get another version of Sandstorm. I don't have my original anymore. I do have the, I think, Generations one. You know the one I'm talking about if you're familiar. But yeah, these are pretty cool. Now they cost me like $37 a piece or so. I'll try to find the best price for them. But Mechanic Studios did a great job on these guys. So I'll put links in the description if you want to get them for your own collection. I would definitely recommend them. They're cool. And of course, I hope you're enjoying these videos as much as I enjoy making them and getting to play with my toys on camera. And if you like triple changers, well, check out, we got a little video over here that's about Poison, who's actually Octane. And you can check that third-party triple changer out. We'll see you next time. As always, have fun and good Hunting.